Howdy, Patricks. This is Ryan P. McManus with some thoughts on what's going on in this country right now. All the recent unrest, some pretty legitimate anger at our cops. People who follow me for a while know that I have no love for the cops either. So on this particular issue, I am in agreement with the rapist artists NWA. But I want to talk more broadly about racism and discrimination and the kind of things that, maybe not everyone's brave enough to talk about anymore because it's not politically correct enough, and free speech is this kind of selective thing that only some people get to exercise. And I'm going to talk about who's allowed to use what words. Now, before any of you social media keyboard warrior libtards get all triggered, no, I'm not going to drop the N-word here. For one thing, that's a very racist term, and you're racist for even thinking it. And I am the least racist person I know. I don't talk that way. In fact, no one should talk that way because it's a racist term. So, let's talk about who's allowed to say it and who isn't. I think most of us can agree that you shouldn't say racist words. And so, when white people say the N-word, they are rightly called out for being racist. No problem with that. I agree. That's racist. However, no one's got a problem with black people using that same word. In fact, sometimes it's considered heroic, like those rapists I mentioned earlier. So, let's get back to this, all right? And let's step back and take a look at the broad, big picture here regarding what racial discrimination actually is. Racial discrimination is when members of one race are allowed to do something that members of another race aren't. That's pretty clear-cut racial discrimination. So, the point is, and this is what the mainstream media ain't brave enough to tell you, it's what liberal academics won't tell you, because they're too politically correct. When black people use the N-word, it is racist against white people. Chessmate, libs.